Greetings and welcome to Hot House Drag. May we please remind you that this episode could contain strong language and adult themes. So, if that's going to be an issue for you, may we kindly suggest that you off immediately. And now, please welcome your host, the UK's nuclear bombshell of drag and Hot House CEO, Kenz Blackheart. Hello and welcome to the HotCast, the official Hot House Drag podcast. I'm your host, Kenz Blackheart, and joining me on my sofa today, she is the producer of Tassels 360 Burlesque, primarily performing in Brentwood.
At the moment, yes.
At the moment, yes. And yeah, through that, she was also my illustrious co-presenter for the Tassels 360 Hot House Fusion show, which happened very recently. Please welcome the one and only Ginger Soumise.
Thank you for having me.
Is it Soumise or Soumise? I'm very
Soumise.
Soumise, right. I didn't butcher it. I have a knack for butchering names on this show. So, yeah, again, shout out to Parmesan de la Torres. I'm very sorry, girl. Yes, so how are you, my dear? Are you all good?
I'm good. I've just about recovered from our show because that was a absolute banger of a show.
Yeah,
wasn't
it was a lot getting there in terms of like obviously ticket sales and that. The cursed word of ticket sales.
Last minute ticket sales as always.
But yeah, it actually worked out really good in the end, and it was a incredible show. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. Yeah, and apart from that, all good. I heard you recently got back from holiday as well.
Yes, yeah. We only came back on Sunday, so I'm still
Slight
recovery mode.
Yeah, slight jet lag. Or
Yeah, a little bit.
Where'd you go?
We only went to Turkey, but
Nice.
It was all for the children.
Yeah.
And it's just non-stop every day, like not a relaxing holiday. So that's what I'm recovering from.
Not so much the actual holiday, it's more being around your children 24/7.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thankfully I can't relate, but then again, I do have a boyfriend in childcare, so he probably can relate a bit more to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's get into things and talk about your story and all that good fun stuff. And before, obviously, like the worlds of burlesque, you were telling me upstairs that you used to be a drama teacher.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was a drama teacher for a long time. I've always done jobs that dabble in theatre in some way.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my degree. I did a drama degree.
Yeah.
And university, live art, performance art. I've always been making stuff.
Yes, which is one of the joys of doing what we do.
Absolutely.
How long was you doing that for?
Oh, probably about 13, 14 years before
Wow.
I went into burlesque, yeah.
Whereabouts was you teaching?
Across Essex.
Right, across Essex,
Spaces in Essex, yeah. It's always mortifying when I bump into an ex-student because they're all adults now and...
Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, there's like no shame in it. I mean,
Absolutely.
teachers have all got their own lives outside of the classroom, even though it doesn't.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
and I still dabble back. Like I still sometimes I work with SEN students at the moment.
Oh, lovely.
So, yeah, so I've not left teaching altogether.
Yeah.
But now I kind of exist in these two very different worlds.
Yes. Yeah. It's very sort of Superman. By day, you're
Yes, it's like Hannah Montana.
Yes. There we go. Perfect. Hannah Montana. Yes, you've obviously you've got a very nice haircut, to be fair, for Hannah Montana as well. So there we go. It's on brand. And when you sort of say about other jobs that you'd done in theatre, what had you previously done as well in that area?
I was from university. I was like a runner for CBBC for a while.
Oh, wow.
That was quite fun. Yeah. So yeah, theatre bits and bobs.
Just here,
along
there, and
the way.
everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's like, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. You can never really sort of stay still in one place for too long.
No, absolutely.
It's definitely not one of those jobs, where it's. But that's what we like about it. Otherwise, we would be working in an office.
Of course.
Which done that? No, not again. Not for me. So yeah, and then sort of when you sort of, I suppose, progressed a little bit away from teaching, you got into burlesque. How did that sort of world come around for you?
It was something to do during the lockdown, funny enough. I was on my own with my children, going out of my mind. They were all really little then. I had 4 under the age of 4.
Wow.
And I was on my own during the lockdown, and I needed to do something to occupy my mind in the evening. And I'd dabbled a little bit with burlesque at university, like years and years and years ago. So I started watching like online tutorials and things just to kind of have something to do.
Yeah.
And then when the restrictions eased, I joined like a local burlesque class.
Yes, got you.
Wasn't really burlesque, but I didn't realise that. It was one of those classes where, you know, there are lots of middle-aged women in corsets dancing around chairs.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
Twain, that kind of vibe. And I was
I personally don't see what's wrong with that. That's basically just my drag.
There's definitely a place for it. There's definitely a place for it. But I was doing that, and I was rhinestoning a costume for our student showcase that was coming up.
Yeah.
And I put on in the background while I was rhinestoning, I found on a documentary on an Amazon Prime, and it was about the Hebden Bridge Burlesque Festival.
All right. Okay.
And it was an old documentary. It was about 13 years old by the time I'd put it on. And I was just rhinestoning in the background, kind of listening to it and half watching it. And I was seeing in this documentary all these really beautiful, amazing, quirky burlesque acts. And I realised that was closer to what my degree was, because my degree was like live art and performance art, like happenings,
work.
Not dance.
Yes.
And I was rhinestoning a costume and rehearsing like a dance routine, and I thought, this is burlesque, this isn't burlesque, like I want to do this. And I promised myself that I would go to that festival, Hebden Bridge Burlesque Festival. It's like the biggest one in the UK. It's completely iconic. I kind of put it on my bucket list of things to do in the future. As an audience member at the time, I didn't think that I was going to.
No, of course, yeah.
But I developed a solo act for this student showcase, and it just felt really a bit of a shame to just do it once after spending all this time on it and never do it again. So I decided to enter a competition with it. I was turning 40 that year, and I thought, why not?
As I literally always say, fuck it.
Absolutely. And then I got through to like the semi-finals of that competition, and then I won the semi-finals, and then I got through to the finals, and I thought, I'm going to enter Burlesque Idol. Because why not? I wanted to do it again. I'd got the bug. And again, I didn't think that I'd get anywhere with it, but I just thought of how 8-year-old me, that was a proper theatre kid, obsessed with everything theatre, a real kind of school play geek, you know.
Yes.
Amdram kid. I thought that 8-year-old me would absolutely love to have performed on a West End stage.
Yeah.
And Burlesque Idol is at the Hippodrome in London, so technically it's a West End stage. And I thought, I'm going to do it to give that 8-year-old the tick on the bucket list. And then I won my heat. And so then suddenly people were saying to me, do you want to do our show? Like, we'll pay, what's your rates? Like, and I was like, what, people are going to pay me to do this?
People get paid for this?
So then I was sort of stuck in this little quandary of wanting to go all in to something that I really, really loved.
Yeah.
But was still teaching at the time. So there was like a little bit of a mad crossover, and I left that to do this and then went back to that because I love the burlesque industry. It's great, but the amount of people that can honestly say that it's their full-time gig is really, really tiny.
Very much same with drag, to be fair. It's, I'm not sure if I did have a conversation with you about it, like backstage or at some point, but literally I love the Venn diagram of how much crossover there is between drag and burlesque.
Absolutely.
All the time. There is so much crossover. And even you just saying about getting into drag during lockdown. Again, I've had so many guests on this very podcast that have said, I got into drag during lockdown.
Where you just needed that outlet.
Exactly. Yeah, I absolutely love that. So what sort of numbers were you doing when you was doing your sort of your heats, and what sort of acts were you doing at the start?
My first act, and it's still one of my absolute favourite acts to get booked, is it's a Dolly Parton themed act, because I've got a Dolly Parton tattoo on my leg, and I'm obsessed with Dolly Parton. And I wanted to do something to 9 to 5. Like, I wanted it to be like the quirky 50s secretary with the specs and the office space stuff.
Iconic aesthetic.
Absolutely. But then I thought, like, what if I was stuck in a 9 to 5 at the typewriter, which is obviously what the song's about. And I wanted to break free and become this showgirl. So it was a what would Dolly do kind of a moment. And that's how the act developed. So I knew I wanted, ideally, Dolly Parton to narrate it, but
unfortunately she wasn't available.
She wasn't available. So I actually found a fantastic Dolly tribute artist called Kelly O'Brien. She's literally one of the best in the world. Dolly has seen her perform as Dolly. I reached out to her and I was like, I really need your voice to narrate this performance for me. And she was really wonderful, agreed to do it. So I sent her a script and she'd done it. And so, I'm at the typewriter, I'm dreaming of a better life, and I'm hearing Dolly Parton tell me, Ginger, you should just do it. So I take off my clothes and grab my feather fans, and
that's how we all start.
That's how the act was born.
There we go. And thus the Powerpuff Girls were born.
So yes, that was my debut act.
Yeah.
And this one I still absolutely adore performing now and love. It's green as well. There's a real green theme going on today.
Yeah, for all of you that are currently listening to the show, pull over on the M25, get your phone out, go onto the YouTube and see our gorgeous colour-coordinated outfits.
Very coordinated.
Literally not even planned. It was just coincidence.
Not, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this look I literally pulled together this morning.
I love it. I said that. I love the line.
Yeah, I mean, if you love this colour, you've come to the right place, because this is basically my entire aesthetic. So, but when it works, it works. So you stick with it. And obviously, I suppose in terms of talking about acts, as a fellow musical theatre nerd, your other sort of iconic act, which is your Little Shop of Horrors number, I imagine that's quite euphoric to be able to do something like that as well.
Absolutely. So I developed that act because when I won my heat for Burlesque Idol with the Dolly Parton act, that was in the April, and I had until the November to come up with something special for the finals. And I was just like, I had this idea of the Little Shop of Horrors plant, but instead of eating blood and people, eating cloves. And I just thought, how camp and hilarious and iconic would that be? And luckily, one of my friends agreed to help me make this thing, because I didn't have the skills to just make this puppet, and that I knew someone that could.
It pays to advertise.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm probably most known for, that act. It's my most booked act.
But I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Once you got your little niche numbers,
absolutely,
there's nothing wrong with performing. I mean, especially when people enjoy them. I've sort of been hearing a lot of conversation about, obviously from drag performers and that, about, oh, I don't really want to go and constantly do this number every time I go to a venue, etc. But if that's what you're sort of known for, it's like saying to Gaga, right, you can go to perform at this arena, but don't do Poker Face. No, people want to hear Poker Face.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, these numbers are our Poker Face.
Mm-hmm.
There are Bad Romance, our Vogue for Madonna fans, and 9 to 5 for Dolly fans. So there we go.
But my Defying Gravity act is getting a lot of traction now. I'm performing that at the Birmingham Burlesque Festival later this year.
Work.
So, I'm excited about how that's been received and how I'm developing and working on that.
I mean, honestly, not to, blow too much smoke up your ass, but when you did that at our fusion show, I suppose I was sort of like, obviously a little bit in my mind, sort of like, here we go, another person that's performing Defying Gravity. We've had Wicked, it's been on the steamroll. It's been done to death now. Mm-hmm. But your take on that number was so refreshing.
Thank you.
It was just one of those things where it's like, you're dreading something, you're like, oh, here we go. But then it's so different and refreshing. It was just like, Gave me a little genre de vivre all of a sudden. It was so
Absolutely.
good.
And it's a reverse strip, and I really wanted to do a reverse strip, so
Yeah.
I'm pleased with how it's developing at the moment.
And I just love the way that, like, once you had done that, because it was obviously at the end of the show, you closed the show, and obviously with that number, literally, I think everyone was just so pent up on feminism by that point. It was incredible.
Our work is done.
I loved it. We need more pent up feminism in this world.
Absolutely.
The world would be a better place if there was.
I mean, I think that is, what Burlesque aims to do, leave you feeling empowered and absolutely, running on feminine energy.
Again, add it to the Venn diagram. Put it in the little Venn diagram. We'll have one just here. And speaking of being a theatre nerd, obviously we were talking a little bit upstairs about the, both our loves for musical theatre. What is your sort of current favourite show, would you say? Paddington.
I know. I took my children, telling myself it was for them. It totally turned into being for me. Honestly, it is. I've seen a lot of West End shows. As I said, I was a drama teacher for many years, and I'm telling you, Kenzie, Paddington is the best thing out there right now. It is so good.
To be fair, it's one of the few that we've not seen yet, but
you need to get
whenever
on
I do see the clips of the Paddington, I don't even want to call it like the costume, the puppet. It's incredible.
It's breathtaking.
How they've done it is phenomenal.
It really is.
I love seeing, especially once you've been to so many shows, once you start to see these sorts of advances come through, it is incredible. It's, phenomenal. So if you haven't seen what, again, we're talking about, pull over on the A13 and, go have a look at the Paddington West End musical.
And book tickets. Well, if you can. I think they're booked up for like forever now, aren't they? It's really hard to get tickets now. Yeah. But I think they're moving to Broadway as well. So
I mean, it must be doing well.
It's very good. It is awesome, honestly.
Yeah. Any other sort of favourites from?
Wicked was my favourite for a long time. I think Paddington's just pushed it down a little bit.
Just edged in there, yeah.
But we were talking about the MJ one as well, weren't we? I thought that was a really underrated. Yeah,
because that was, I think, one of the first ones that we went to as a four with Jake. Because sort of when me and him got together, obviously me, mum and dad were still going to shows, but we had booked those tickets well in advance. So when sort of Jake, came on the scene, it was...
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, babe. I promise we will take you to one eventually, but at the moment we're... these are all pre-booked. But I think that was one of the first ones we got to take him to, and I don't think he had much exposure to
musical theatre.
Musical theatre or just shows in general, really, before getting with me. And it was... I think near enough all four of us were just blown away by that one. It was incredible what they'd done. Yeah. Had you seen, speaking of, Thrill Alive as well?
No, I hadn't. I had missed Thrill Alive, but I've heard really good things about that.
Yeah, because they absolutely did justice to one of my favourite MJ songs, which is They Don't Care About Us.
Okay, yeah.
They did a really good rendition of that at Thrill Alive. So I don't know if it is still going, but again, just look it up on Google. You've got a phone most likely in your hand right now watching this. So. But we were sort of also saying upstairs, it's sort of, a bit, I suppose, one of those things where as much as you love like the MJ musical, it's difficult because of obviously the controversies and all of that. So it's one of those cases where you kind of have to separate the art from the artist, which obviously isn't always easy. And I was saying to you upstairs again about, Harry Potter's been ruined for me because of J.K. Rowling.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Yeah. And so on that note, obviously you were saying to me upstairs about your kids are at a point where they're starting to get into it, but then all these people are giving you alternatives for what they could get into instead, which is amazing.
One of my twins was really getting into Harry Potter, and I was like, no, this can't happen.
Yeah.
And but my queer scene came together and gave me a whole list of alternative wizardry, magical fantasy type things that you could watch and get into. And then The Worst Witch became Game of favourite.
Throwback Thursday.
Absolutely, yeah. So, yeah, there's always alternatives to being a dickhead.
And that's going to be the title of the episode, Alternatives to Being a Dickhead. There we go. And let's also talk about the illustrious Tassels 360. When did that come around for you?
I was gigging a lot, mainly in London, but doing like festivals and competitions all across the UK, really. And I just wanted to do something in my hometown.
Yeah.
There isn't a burlesque scene here. I'm lucky that I had lots of people come to support me when I did Burlesque Idol, and I ended up doing, we spoke earlier about the Hebden Bridge Burlesque Festival. I ended up doing Legend in the Making there a couple of years ago. So my bucket list thing of going as an audience member became getting to perform there, which was awesome. And I did have people come down for that for me, which I'm really... So considering that's in Yorkshire and we're in Essex, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's amazing when people do turn up for you like that. It is incredible.
So I was really grateful of people coming along with me to all these gigs, especially my stepdad and my partner, like amazing. I was like, we need to do something in Essex, in Basildon. And then we did Basildon, we did Billericay, and now we've kind of found a home in Brentwood Theatre for a little while, which has been nice. Yeah.
Whereabouts in Basildon was you? Because
we were literally at the King Edward Community Centre. That was my first ever show. Yeah. Like,
there we go.
We had 60 people in there and a little pop-up cocktail bar, and it was like a real kind of grassroots thing to see if people would come, and they did. So it grew. Billericay, we were at Players Lounge, which was a fantastic venue, and that was a brilliant show. But then it closed down, and it's like, and that's happening all over at the moment. Like our London venues are like...
Yeah, it's quite a tumultuous time at the moment, which is, it's obviously not nice to see, but that's why doing what we do is so important, because... we've got to try and keep as many of these places alive.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so, and that's why we say, we're not saying it for, wasting breath. When we say, please buy tickets to shows like ours, we really do mean it, because it's...
You are keeping a cabaret artist fed.
Literally, yeah. And I know I've said it before, but literally buying a ticket for, local entertainment shows like ours, it means the absolute world to us. Whereas if you was to, just... buy a ticket for your favourite, band or that at the O2, you are literally a grain of sand to them.
Yeah.
But to us, you are the world. So,
Absolutely.
I know I keep saying it, but I will keep saying it until I'm blue in the face, because...
Buy your tickets early.
Please buy your tickets early. Please, we need your tickets.
It does relieve a lot of stress as producers when people are able to do that. It's hard. It's really hard out there at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. What's your? What do you find the most stressful part of the the producer life?
Yeah,
it's not many people I get to have this conversation with, it's nice to vent.
Isn't it? It's all down to ticket sales. It's a really scary time. I get why people want to book things in last minute.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
Absolutely. Like that's part of the culture that we're in now.
Yeah, it's just the economy.
Of course.
At this point, I mean, unfortunately, we are a treat more than anything. But there's nothing wrong with treating yourself, and we're glad to be your little Friday treat.
Yes.
Little Friday afternoon delight or whatever. Obviously we've also been to see a Tassels 360 show, and it is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, you came for Lily, didn't you?
Yes.
Lily Snatch.
Yeah, my other drag aunt, Lily Snatch Dragon.
Yeah. She doesn't come to Essex very often at all, so I was really pleased that she came down, and it's like the Pied Piper brought everybody out of hiding to come to
I will say, when we actually went to that show, I was sort of... because obviously I'm like in boy mode in the audience at that point. So at that point, I'm sort of a little bit wanting to go under the radar, a little bit out of drag. I am a lot more introverted, etc. But obviously being in the audience, I'm like looking around. I'm like, I recognise you. Oh, I recognise you. So it was, like you said, literally it was like they all flocked to Brentwood to come and see Lily, which was so lovely.
She's an incredible performer. I'd love to have her back, and we will have her back at a future show for sure. She's just hilarious.
Oh my God. I adore that woman so much. Like literally one of my favourite memories of her, when she was sort of like obviously predominantly performing in London and was still sort of living down this way. I still remember going to, so back in the day, it was, I want to say it was at the Eagle in Vauxhall. And it was the events at the time were called the Meth Lab. It was hosted by a drag queen called, at the time, Meth, now Me the Queen. And yeah, at the time I'd sort of starting to become friends with Lily, and, you know, we'd always had a good natter in the queue at the meet and greets, etc. And me and my friend got there really early to one of these shows, so I went into the toilets, but I couldn't actually see what was marked as men and women, so I just went in whatever. I was like, I need a wee.
How it should be.
Exactly. Literally, who cares at this point? And Lily was, you know, she had, as I left the cubicle, she was in the bathroom, like washing her hands or something, and she spoke to me in her normal voice, because obviously she has like her show voice, her character voice, and her normal voice. I'd never heard her normal voice before, and she spoke to me in it. I was like, have I got the right person? It completely threw me, because the voice that she does in character,
to her character,
but so, obviously you would hope so, authentic and believable. It is such a good voice that she does. Just shout out to Lily Snatchdragon. I mean,
Lily is an incredible artist. She's a burlesque icon.
Yeah.
I think she's been in the top 10 worldwide burlesque artist list that comes out every year. She's always up there. She's always in the top 10. Do you know what I mean? I think she's been in there for 13 years or something like that. And
honestly, rightfully so.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
What she does, there's such like a fearless element to her as well, which I love. Mm-hmm. You know, what she does with her numbers can very easily be, I suppose, sort of, I don't know, misconstrued or whatever, but she does it in a way that it is shining the mirror back at society and that. And,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, especially, I feel like we need that more than ever now. So, yeah, absolutely love her. Are there any sort of other names that you would love to get on board that are in the pipeline?
Frida Nipples knows that I want her for my show, and I did her show last year, and it's just date clashing.
Yes.
I've tried to book her literally every single show that I've done, and there's been something going on. Her birthday's in October, and my next show at Brentwood Theatre is on her birthday weekend, so she couldn't do that. Eventually, though, I will get Frida Nipples. She's just amazing. Have you seen her Terry's Chocolate Orange act that I'm going to have to send you a link.
Yeah, I've heard about it. I've not been able to see it yet. But
yeah, she's just chef's kiss.
Yeah, the descriptions I've had of it, I need to see it, because it sounds incredible what they do.
I knew it was in development, and when I first saw the first clip of it, I was like, Burlesque has been completed now. We can all go home. Like, it's done. That's the best thing that I'm going to say.
It's amazing when you get acts like that, though, where it's just like, right, everyone can go home now.
Yeah, everyone can go home.
We're
now.
done.
Frida's sorted it. She's
this is what you need to see now. Just come to this.
Yeah.
And obviously talking about Tassels 360, when is your next one coming up?
So we've got October 17th, and that show is going to be headlined by Dee Derriere. So I'm very excited about that. Dee, for those of you that don't know, when Dita Von Teese had her show in London last year, Diamonds and Dust, Dita herself was the character of Lady Luck, but you have an alternate, don't you? Because when you're mega famous like Dita Von Teese, you don't do 7 shows a week or whatever they were running.
No, of course not.
You have someone to be you when you're not you, and
exactly.
That person was our homegrown talent, Dee, and she's going to be heading our Tassels 360 show this year, and she is absolutely, again, chef's kiss, a more classical burlesque artist. But
I mean, to be the stand-in for Dita Von Teese.
Right? Handpicked by Dita Von Teese.
Hello.
How many people can say that they've even worked With Dita Von
in
Teese.
like the deepest depths of my dreams could I even remotely hope for that, because I swear to God, she's one of the only women that I've ever... Literally, I think the first time that we saw her live, she's the only woman where I've looked at her and I've just cried, because I just think she is
beauty in
so goddamn beautiful. Like, my God, have you been able to see her live?
I saw her
many
when
times?
I was 18.
Work.
There used to be a thing called erotica in London. Can you remember that? Years ago.
I've heard about it, yes. Yeah.
It's not a thing anymore, I don't think. But yes, she was headlining erotica at the, I want to say it was Olympia, London Olympia.
Wow, yeah.
And I saw her do her martini glass act. And yeah, I'd never seen any live burlesque before. She was my gateway drug, for sure.
And I mean, if anyone's going to get you hooked on it, it's going to be Dita.
Absolutely, yeah. So
yeah.
stunning.
But what I also love, again, just, you know, to finish this segment off and harkening back to Tassels 360, it was, you all need, if you can, get to a Tassels 360 show, because it was incredible, even to the point where obviously the final act of the night was, I can't remember the performers, Bunny
de la Cruz,
doing the martini glass.
Yes.
I mean, there are not many burlesque shows you can go to and see that act live. So when you can,
we like big props and big theatrical moments at Tassels 360, and Bunny did us proud with that martini glass act. She's another absolute dream to work with.
Yeah.
But what I really like about the Tassels shows is that we do have the very classic burlesque, like with the martini glasses and the feather boas or the feather fans or whatever. But we also have very different genres of burlesque running through. It's not all classic. It's a great mix of your comedy and your neo.
So lovely to see, like queerlesque and you know, neo burlesque, like you said, and boylesque as well. Working with, I know you've worked with who we had at our fusion show, CJ Cabaret.
You know, fantastic.
It's just so incredible. Again, it's a bit like add it to the Venn diagram, but you know the
crossovers.
There's just so many, like I've said. But yeah, everyone sort of has a perception of, oh, this is what drag is, this is what burlesque is. But when you actually dive into it, there are so, like the tree of it, there's so many branches and twigs that come off of it. It's incredible.
It genuinely upsets me when people say, oh, burlesque, that's not for me. Like when I'm giving out flyers or whatever in the street and you get people sort of scrunch their nose up, it's like, you've just got to try it, because I promise you there is something there for everybody.
Literally.
I think that a lot of people have this preconceived idea in their head that because there are clothes being removed, it must be some kind of seedy,
sort of
lap
tawdry
dancing kind of, and it's like, it's not for the male gaze at all, funny enough.
No.
Like it really isn't.
No, literally, I think that it is so much more for, obviously, women and the gays, and it's just for the outsiders more than anything. It really is. And like you say, it's the empowerment of, it's not necessarily for the male gaze. Yes, the male gaze is there, but it's not for you.
Yeah.
You're just privy to it. Like right now, this is for us. This is for the outsiders, those that need the empowerment.
Yeah. So burlesque has always been a protest, really. I mean, it translates into to mock.
Yeah.
And back in the day, going right back to its roots, it was about satire and sort of poking fun at things that were happening in society. And my burlesque friend Zizi Stardust told me a great story about how the suffragettes cottoned on to the fact that if they stood up in working men's clubs trying to talk about women's rights, they were very quickly removed by the police. But if they did it whilst removing their clothes, when the police arrived, suddenly all the men in the audience would be like, hey, let us speak. We want to know what's going on.
Exactly.
And, you know, from that, there's a power
literally
in what a woman's body can do and mean and represent. And yeah, it's an art. It's not a dance. It's not a form of dance at all.
It can be
art,
anything.
It's a protest. It's a movement.
And those are my sort of favourite types of activism. Obviously, supportive of all types of activism. But I think I said it on the episode with Charcuterie about when I watched Stepford Wives. You know, obviously there's very heavy feminist, tones in that. But it was done in such a way where I think that's the best type of activism, where it's, right, invite the people in, lead them to believe it's one thing, hit them with the message afterwards at the end.
Absolutely.
That is my favourite kind. And again, to use whatever platform you've got, whether it be drag, whether it be burlesque, whatever it is, to do that, we are we're the change in society that we need.
That's it, yes. Absolutely, yeah.
There we go. We are the modern day suffragettes. And there we go. So on that note, before we get too pumped up on feminism, because God forbid we should get too pumped up on feminism, we should be taking a very quick break, and we shall see you right after this, my lovelies. Goodbye. This episode is sponsored by Dina Lawman Photography. Now, if you have been to any of our visual hothouse channels, whether it be our website or our social media, or even the social media of some of our drag performers, then no doubt you have seen Dina's work. Now, it's not just drag performers that she photographs, okay? She photographs everything from children to families and pets to even boudoir shoots, and of course drag performers. She has her own fully equipped studio in Rayleigh with 15 years of experience and competitive pricing. But if that's not enough for you, our listeners right now can get a 10% discount if you mention Hothouse to her when making a booking. That's Dina Lawman Photography, DeanaLawman Photography. And you can find her on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or online. Or you can also email her right now at dinalawmanphotography@gmail.com. Thank you for sponsoring our podcast, and be sure to go and get your photos with her right now.
Are you looking to get even more hothouse goodness into your life? Then follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with our latest news and events. Or you can visit our website at hothousedrag.co.uk to find out more and buy your tickets for our next fantastic show. See you there, my lovelies.
Hello and welcome back to the show. I hope you enjoyed that little ad break there, and I hope that you've successfully pulled over on the A13 and been able to catch, our gorgeous coordinating outfits up until this point. I'm still joined on the sofa by the ever beautiful Ginger Soumise, and we kick off this next part of the show with audience questions. So audience questions is where you lovely people out there get to submit questions to our very special guests, and thank you for doing so. And Ginger, I have a few here for you.
Okay. I'm ready.
So our first question, kicking off in true HotCast style, comes from Jake. And he asks, if you were a herb, what would you be? Again, this is the hard-hitting journalism of the HotCast.
Basil. It's an all-rounder, isn't it? You need a bit of basil.
I love. Obviously, we're both in Basildon, which helps.
Yes.
I'm not surprisingly not much of a green thumb, ironically, but I do have a little herb pot in the garden.
Yeah. Oh, good.
And one of the things I'm growing is basil.
Oh.
And the hope is that one day I'll get to make homemade pesto.
Nice.
I'm obsessed with pesto. It's one of the very few green things I will eat.
There we go.
Being my fussy autistic self.
Our next question comes from Will, and they ask, what's a sport that you enjoy? If any.
A sport that I enjoy?
Mood, to be fair. Mood.
I was rubbish at school. I was the person that was trying to think of creative ways to get out of PE. Like, I'm not a sporty person. I was in a netball team once, so I'll have to say netball, goal defence.
But I think they should be given more credit as athletes, like professional ballroom dancers, because literally the amount of training and that they do and the competitive nature they've got, I think they should be considered, like, you know, to give them a shout out as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and isn't it also, I don't know if I'm making this up, aren't they considering adding pole dancing to the Olympics?
I have heard that, yeah.
Which would be incredible, and I think it absolutely deserves to be there. Mm-hmm. What some of these people do on a pole.
Athleticism, yeah, absolutely.
My God.
Yeah, the upper body strength you need to do that. Believe me, I've tried. I looked like a kebab going around the shop window. Like, it wasn't sexy at all.
Yeah, that's the most you would get out of me as well. So I fully.
I have a lot of respect for pole dancers. They are amazing.
Yeah, one of my like favourite online creators. I don't have many, but there's one that I do follow. And I think his like online name is like Bluminek.
Okay.
Which is, you know, he's a good British content creator. But he does a lot of like nerd content. So it's a lot of D&D, etc. But he also does pole dance, etc. And he's literally got full videos of him online doing, like, being fully suspended on a pole, doing archery and stuff like that. And it's like,
mind blowing.
What these people do.
I know, the skill set.
My God.
The strength.
Yeah. So shout out to all you pole dancers. Our next question comes from Lacey. And they ask, if you was to give drag a try, what would you choose to be, a drag queen or king? And what would be your drag name?
I've already got a drag king act in development.
Work.
So the lady that helped me make my Audrey 2 is making me a train, an actual train, because I'm going to be the conductor from the Polar Express.
Dad and Jake have just tuned in at the word train.
I
so.
have a drag king act involving a train that I wear and take off, and
perfect.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
probably won't be done for another 2 or 3 years because that's just how my ADHD brain works. So come up with these wonderful ideas, plan it all out, start rhinestoning the costume, and then I'll think of something else that I'd rather do for a little while, and then I'll come back to it. So it's one of those. But yeah, the train is currently being made in Bristol, where my friend is at the moment, and eventually I'll get round to creating that. But yeah, drag king. Coming soon.
The train is currently in development.
Yes, it is.
For now, there's the replacement bus service.
The idea is there, and that's what counts. I've locked the idea in. It's patented now.
As a fellow neurodivergent, it's always the thought that counts the most, because sometimes the execution doesn't always come around.
That's it.
We are our own worst enemies in that regard. Our next question comes from Lulu. And they ask, I loved the fusion show you did with Hot House. Would you consider doing something similar with Tassels 360? So I imagine
absolutely.
Like us coming to...
Yeah, I mean, we do have drag artists in.
Yeah.
And we absolutely, if we get more dates, I'd genuinely love to have more drag in. It's just at the moment, you guys do a lot more shows than what we do. Yeah. We're only twice a year, so that's hard. I'd love Tassels to grow, to be in a place where we can create more opportunities for more styles, and drag is definitely one that I love including. It's, as you say, they merge together so well.
Exactly. And you know, Mama V said about it earlier, my favourite word this episode, the Venn diagram.
Absolutely.
The crossover.
Yeah. And Lily herself, going back to Lily Snatch Dragon, is that Venn diagram of drag and burlesque and all these wonderful things going on. This show coming up in October is hosted by Dolly Trolley. Mm-hmm. So they're a fantastic drag and burlesque artist as well. So yeah, our worlds do collide, and we need more fusion shows. but we need people to support the shows that we're doing before we can create more. That's literally all it is, isn't it? It's that part that's a bit scary.
Completely relate as well, because we're sort of at a bit of a juncture at the moment where obviously we're looking at, you know, our shows for next year, etc.
Mm-hmm.
We did have, you know, afternoon shows planned for next year, but at this point we just don't think it's, again, viable, because unfortunately we do have to keep it a bit of a rarity, because if we make it too common, we just don't get the ticket sales.
Yes.
So it is a shame, but that's what you have to do in business, isn't it? You have to roll with the punches and go with the tide and ebbs and flows. I'm going to break out into Blondie, Tide is High in a minute. I've been holding on. Not copyrighted. Our next question comes from, and I presume they're using their Christian name, DragFan101. And they ask, how did you come up with the name Ginger Soumise, and what does it mean?
Ginger, because of the hair.
Because you've got black hair.
Yeah, Soumise is French for submissive, and I was doing a lot of like fetish art and stuff at the time, like, so it kind of merged. It came from that. That's how it was born.
When it makes sense, it makes sense. So
I thought of loads of much better burlesque names since, but I'm stuck with what.
Always the way, innit? At this point, I've got like 3 other drag names I would love to have gone with.
Absolutely.
But I'm too far indebted now into Kenzie Blackheart.
That's kind of, that's my ginger story, It's not an interesting one, sorry.
It's fine. Still a story. It's all good.
Yeah.
Our next question comes from Nigel. And he asks, do you have any fun wardrobe malfunction stories?
1,000,000%. Like, I can remember doing a show with your Estella and Scarlett in Southend one Halloween, and my corset was ready to be fed to the plant and it just would not come off. That's happened to us all at one point, I'm sure. Burlesque is all about costume malfunctions and how you ride them out, because because there are lots of moments like that. I think that one of my most gutting ones was I did a show in Camden and my skirt fell off before it was literally I felt it falling, so I had to take it off and make it go then part of the act when it was in the wrong order, because it's supposed to take off like my blouse first and then you get to the skirt. So, but I could feel it slip. So I thought, right, I've got to get rid of this now before I end up tripping over it or whatever. I'm only gutted. It was fine. I don't think people in the audience would have even noticed, but I'm only gutted because I put that on TikTok with this is how you style out a costume malfunction, because I feel like I was quite a pro at how I managed that on stage.
Oh, yeah.
And that is the video that's got more. It was on like 600 and something thousand views.
Yeah.
So that is the TikTok that's done best. Me talking about a costume malfunction rather than me doing a TikTok looking or doing something good.
It's always the one video that you don't necessarily want to go viral that does.
That does, yeah.
I think my most viral video on TikTok it doesn't even include me.
Stop.
It's literally footage I took at a rapper called Cupcake, her concert.
Okay.
And there's like, those that know it are, part of that world. There's a very famous song she does called CPR. And at the end of it, like the outro of the song is basically just like moaning. And the whole audience does that. So I recorded that, and because it's a good funny moment of everyone moaning together. That's the one thing that's gone viral on my TikTok.
Of course.
And I'm not even in it. You can just hear me in the background. Our next question comes from Anonymous, and they ask, how does doing burlesque make you feel?
I think it goes back to what we were saying earlier about the empowerment and the feminine energy, and it's a creative outlet, and I feel like my burlesque acts ask important questions and say important things. If we're talking about defying gravity, the reverse strip, for those of you that haven't seen it, it's about putting on a bra when you are postpartum and they're starting to go south. It's that empowering feeling of having a bra on and that moment, which is really silly.
But I know, it was so good. I loved it. I genuinely loved it.
Yeah. But I think that it's important to celebrate postpartum bodies, and we celebrate all bodies in our shows. As you know, when you saw Tassels in Brentwood, we have larger bodies, skinny bodies, like trans bodies, males, females, different races. Like, we really set on having a diverse lineup. That's really important, and something that comes across in every show that I've ever produced. So that's how Burlesque makes me feel like it's a platform for saying important things and getting people thinking.
Perfect. There we go. Our next question again comes from Anonymous. And they ask, what advice would you give to someone who was worried to come and see a burlesque show?
Just come. I know that's probably not the best advice.
I know it's so easy to say, but it is literally true. Just go.
But there is something for everybody, I promise you. And if you've got a preconceived idea of what it's going to be like, I can guarantee you that it probably won't be anything like that. It's just one of those things that will surprise you. We've had people come to shows before and afterwards say, I want to do this. How do I do this? Like, tell me. And I mean, we had someone come to our last show in her 70s that had never been to a burlesque show before and wanted me to put her in touch with a burlesque teacher. Wow. and has now started local classes. It is inspiring to see other bodies up there. It really is. It makes you. It's the ultimate self-love thing, I think.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to go. You don't even have to do burlesque. Just go and watch burlesque.
Yes.
And you will still get that.
You'll still feel better about your own body, your own journey and life experiences when you see them represented on stage in different ways.
110%.
Burlesque is all about a connection with your audience, and leaves me feeling good, it leaves you feeling good.
Perfect. And again, add that to the Venn diagram.
Yes.
Our penultimate question comes from Eric, and they ask how to inject character and confidence into performances and make every act/character unique.
I mean, that sounds like a really long title for a workshop that would probably take a good hour to present. Yeah, so let's break that down. What was it again?
Yeah. We'll be doing this bit on a special masterclass
like
Patreon.
A webinar, yeah, absolutely.
Right. So, how to inject character and confidence into performances?
I think that you'd need to go and see as many live performances as possible, draw inspiration from people that you see doing this really, really well.
Yes.
Especially with character-based stuff. If someone was saying to me they wanted to look at character work, I'd be saying, well, you need to look at Lily Snatch, you need to look at Frida Nipples, do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's about learning as much as you can by supporting the scene and seeing other artists, and then creating your own characters comes from your own lived experiences and what your message you need to come out is. So it's a hard one to kind of articulate, to explain how to do it.
It's not really one of those, unfortunately. I know that's sort of what I think a lot of people want, is they just want the quick, easy answer guaranteed to work. But it is literally very much a case of you've just got to experiment and play.
Absolutely. It's a process. And
I mean, it takes years for some performers to develop into their final personas and their image, and I didn't come out of the gate as Kenzie Blackheart wearing green, and this has been like I think
oh God, I was talking about it with Jake and Barbara yesterday. I think this is like a 16-year process.
Wow, yeah.
At this point. I started dabbling when I was 14. So this is like, 16 years later. It was all worth it, I hope. But yeah, it unfortunately, it does take time, but literally the best thing you can do is just play.
Yeah.
Just play.
But
That's
support the scene. Go and see as many live artists as you possibly can, and to get inspiration and to keep the scene ticking over.
Yeah.
If you want a space within it, you've got to support the people that are creating the spaces for you.
Exactly.
And that's why we need more scratch nights, and we need more places to develop our craft. And yeah, that's a whole other episode.
Yep. That'll be when we have Ginger back for a second episode. And just to, reiterate on the other part of the question, and make every act/character unique.
Yeah, obviously, it's one of those things where you don't want to cross over into somebody else's work.
No.
So it's doing your research. I cannot tell you, because I have lost count now, the amount of inboxes I've had on Instagram from people going, just giving you the heads up, hun, because I'm starting my own Little Shop of Horrors act, and I wouldn't want you to think that I'm copying you. And it's like, yes, okay. It's a tricky thing, because obviously I don't own Little Shop of Horrors.
No,
I don't
exactly.
own the music. I don't own the concept at all. Venus flytraps have been in burlesque in different various forms. There are lots of iconic acts that draw on the idea of the plant itself.
Yeah.
It's just about researching and respecting what's already out there on the scene, and what's there, and having your own unique spin on it, whether that be using a different type of music, a different song from the musical if you're doing the same musical, or having a different starting look. Because obviously I know the colours with Little Shop of Horrors are quite iconic, so you can't even say, like, make sure your colours are completely different and make that work. But you can do your research, you can respectfully reach out to people that might be doing similar, and then you have your own unique part of the act that if someone was to copy, they'd know straight away it was a copy. So for me, yes, other Little Shop of Horrors acts exist, of course they do, and they will continue to do so. However, the concept of having the plant eating the clothes is a Ginger thing, and that is the one thing that I would say hell no to if I saw another performer creating a puppet that did that. So
yeah, it's okay to take inspiration, but don't copy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, plagiarism.
That's the short of it.
Yeah.
Plagiarism is a killer in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
And our final question comes from Jake, and again, this might have to be a Patreon masterclass exclusive. What do you predict about the future of burlesque?
I don't know. Burlesque is in a really funny place at the moment. I think that we're battling a lot with Burlesque the musical, having seen that in the West End, and obviously I cannot tell you how many people I've met that when they hear I'm a burlesque performer go, oh, I've seen that film with Cher and Christina Aguilera. Is it like that? And you have to kind of explain to them there's no burlesque in that movie.
Thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong, love the movie. It's
a great movie.
But it is not indicative of burlesque.
Yes, so it's really difficult for us as burlesque performers to explain that. And yes, I love the movie too.
Yes.
Who wouldn't? It's brilliant and camp and fun and
it's
all
got
that
Cher.
stuff. And it's got Cher in it. Of course, you're allowed to love that. But I wish that the people that were paying a lot of money to go and see it in the West End, or apparently it's touring now, and I'm sure that it will be appearing at the Cliffs at £50 a ticket or whatever very soon. These people will go to something like that and actually not see any burlesque it's like, fine, go and watch that, enjoy it, have a great night out. I'll probably be in the row behind you, but also please come and see a genuine burlesque show.
Yeah, let it be your stepping stone.
Yes.
But it's not the stone tablet of burlesque.
That's it, yeah.
It is but one stone step.
The movie should have been called Cabaret, but obviously there was already a cabaret, so they couldn't do that. But it is confusing to have a movie called Burlesque without any burlesque in it, and it's been the been a sticking point for us for a good few years now. So in terms of predicting the future, I would like to think in a utopian world that the people that go to see Burlesque the musical or watch it on Netflix give local burlesque shows a chance. That would really boost our scene massively if people did that. So I'm hopeful for a scene that develops on the back of the success of that show.
Well, again, fingers crossed, because I mean, you know, we drag performers, we kind of had that effect with RuPaul's Drag Race.
Of course.
Obviously, I don't think there was a lot of exposure, you know, to the drag world before that. Really, there was a few fingers, you know, on TV, etc. But there was never really anything that actually showcased drag in the way that did. So when that actually did come around, yes, it's not, again, a true reflection of
British,
of what actual drag is.
Absolutely.
It is
one version of it.
Yeah, it's one version. It's one, you know, one of the many variations. But it, again, people sort of go, oh, I enjoyed the RuPaul show on TV. I'll go and, you know, oh, there's an actual drag show happening in, you know, nearby to me. Let's go and watch that. And then again, it's sort of what we were talking about earlier. It's sort of
building a community and a scene.
Well, it's again sort of bringing them in and then going, right, you know that much. This is actually what's happening.
Yes.
So again, that's how we operate here. And that was audience questions. Thank you so much again, everybody, for submitting yours. And please be sure to keep a check on our socials for your next opportunity to do so. But with that, we now go on to the next segment of the episode, which is the hot seat.
Just a quick fire of it.
It is, yes.
Okay.
Well, someone's done their research.
This is the bit I've not been looking for.
Not many people do.
Okay, right, go.
Right. So the hot seat, for anyone that is new here, is a quick fire, rapid question round. All I need you to do is, to the best of your ability, answer these questions as quickly as possible. I say quickly, but take as much time as you want, to be honest. It's no problem. So, what is your favourite word?
Love.
Everybody say love. What is your least favourite word?
Anything with phobia at the end of it.
Yeah. Trypophobia. What turns you on creatively, spiritually, or emotionally?
My partner. He's amazing, and he's a creative as well. He's an actor, and he's a massive inspiration.
Work.
Absolutely.
It helps when there's, someone that gets it.
Gets me.
It's so helpful. In the same regard, what turns you off?
Lots of things. I'm trying to think of one that I can say.
Oh, it's fine. List them out. It's fine.
People that give you the ick. Egos, massive egos. There we go.
It's fine to have an ego, especially on stage. That's fine. Off stage,
wind your neck in.
Yes. Leave that shit on stage. What sound or noise do you love?
What sound or noise do I like? Laughter.
What sound or noise do you hate?
The alarm in the morning.
Yeah, girl. What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
If I could go back in time and redo university and work, that I would have loved to have been a lawyer or a barrister or something like that.
No work.
Yeah.
Not at all argumentative then.
There you go.
There we go. What profession would you not like to do?
don't know, teaching's hard at the moment.
Yeah.
It isn't the same job that it was 20 years ago. So there's that.
Yeah.
That's not to say that I don't love what I'm doing now, but it's not
changed.
Something that I tell my children to go into at all. It's hard.
To be fair, though, I find that a lot of the times when you're talking to people that are actually in a certain, world or whatever, if you actually talk to them, they would go, no, don't get into it. I'd be like that with drag. Don't get into it. It's painful. It's exhausting. It's hot, sweaty. It's not as glamorous as you think.
No.
But I still love it. And the final question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Your granddad's waiting for you over there.
Work. Lovely. And that was the hot seat. Well done for completing it and getting through that. And yes, thank you again for travelling all the way down the across
all
Basildon.
10 minutes, yeah.
Yes, all 10 minutes to get it. It's weird that I actually get to talk to someone else from Basildon. Normally,
I know. It's
the only person I know that's also from Basildon is Scarlett Vigilante.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just me and her that have. To gossip about Basildon.
Yeah, my friend is still traumatised about the time that she came to see me and Scar. Scar was in one of my Billericay shows, and Scar introduced themselves to my friend afterwards as she was their ex-teacher. And she's still very traumatised about that to this day.
And that's an actual...
Didn't realise that Scar had become a wonderful drag queen, and she was like, oh my gosh, it's you.
Their name's not Michelle, is it?
Hayley.
Because I don't know if I can, I'll have to censor the name or whatever, but I don't think she would mind. I used to go Zumba. I will get back into it, but life's been lifing. She, Michelle, who runs like the studio in the class, also used to teach Scarlett.
Wow.
So when Scar turned up for like a dance rehearsal one day for like a group number,
I know you.
Yeah, it was literally a case of like Michelle just went, and I think it took Scar a little while, and it's like, oh god,
takes a minute, don't it?
Yeah, it's fun.
Fun and games, getting recognised outside of these personas.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, God. And before we get too far into that, we're going to finish this episode off with happy endings.
Yay.
Something that you can always expect from every drag show and burlesque show. So happy endings is the part of the show where we like to finish things off in a light-hearted, positive way as per the Hot House and Tassels 360 method. So, for example, my one for this episode is just going to be the concept of glamour. I'm just feeling it today. I'm just feeling the concept of glamour.
Your victory rolls.
Exactly.
And the whole way set. Yeah, I love it.
There we go.
Great, yeah.
I do love...
Wholesome camp fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love all types of fashion and that, but there is always just a part of me that just cycles back to glamour and, vintage and bombshell.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't escape it really, can
No.
you? It's iconic for a reason, so that's my one. What is your one going to be for this episode?
Paddington. Honestly, go and see it. As I say, I just got back from holiday and there were loads of little Paddington bears all in Stansted Airport, and I'm loving all the Paddington merch and things going on at the moment.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of the bear before. It's not like I grew up loving it or anything like that.
No.
I honestly did just go to take my children to a West End show that I thought they'd like, but Victoria Hamilton Barrett and Bonnie Langford, and it was just chef's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's surprising, though, the amount of sort of non-Brits that do love Paddington, which is lovely.
I know, and he's wonderful.
Yeah.
If we strip Paddington back, he's a lovely little wholesome character.
And not many, characters can say that they've acted alongside the Queen, the late Queen.
Absolutely.
So there we go.
Yep.
Yes, thank you once again
Thank you
for
for
joining
having
me.
me.
It's
It's
been
been fun.
absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the folks at home where they can find you?
On Instagram, Tassels360, or my personal page is Miss Ginger Soumise for other people's shows. But yes, definitely, if you're in Essex based, please follow Tassels360, and even better, please come and buy a ticket to our show in Brentwood in October. You won't regret it.
No, and honestly, like, you all know, if you've watched enough episodes, you know I don't bullshit you. That's not what I do. That's not what my business is. I'm autistic, so I can't lie anyway. But yeah, genuinely, do go and see a Tassels 360 show, because it was incredible. If you liked Hot House, you will love Tassels 360. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. But yes, thank you again for joining me.
We'll see you
and
soon.
yes, she'll see you soon, probably around Basildon Town Centre somewhere. Run into you in WH Smith or something, whatever it's called now, TJ Jones, something like that. But yes, thank you for listening or watching wherever you may be, and please be sure to join us on our next episode when the ghost of Mae West will be here to discuss her iconic film career. So yes, we'll be seeing you for that. And until then, please be sure to look after yourselves. Goodbye, my lovelies.
The HotCast is a Hot House Drag UK production, hosted, produced and edited by Kenzie Blackheart. For more information, visit hothousedrag.co.uk or search for Hot House Drag UK on your chosen social media site. Thank you for listening.